So I want to ask what your favorite technology is from Star Trek, and if you had access to it today, what would you do with it?
I do think it is transporter technology, right? I mean, I think that that's sort of a little bit the holy grail of the next iteration of how the world changes with technology, or an iteration that would be extraordinarily paradigm shifting if there was no travel time. Quite something.
I mean, the original Star Trek and its other shows have been so influential on actual tech. What do you think is next? What do you actually think we'll see inspired from Star Trek?
I think that what we're looking to next, and I think it's actually, interestingly enough, if you were to find its etiology in Star Trek, it would be the Borg in the Next Generation. I think that the ability to sort of download information without connectivity, but directly into our brain, feels like it's not that far off. I also think that there's a component of transporter technology, which is the idea of storage of engrams, and I think the idea that if we stored, I think we're getting to the place where maybe we can store what we think of as the mind, if not the soul. So I think that it's about information exchange, storage and handing off.
Well, I really have always liked the holodecks. I just think it's the possibilities are endless, and I love that you get to kind of choose your adventure, but also that it feels like a real risk involved. I love that there's a real visceral quality to it, and it's not just a visual sensation.
So if you had access to a holodeck today, what would you do with it?
I think I would, you know what I think I would do? I've always wanted to, take trips around the world, but I think I would probably get a sampling of a lot of different places and see which ones in the holodeck I liked. And then I'm like, okay, so I really want to spend a month here. That's my, but that way I could save money and then just go to the places I know I really respond to.
For me, I'm a big foodie. I'd have to have the replicator that makes whatever food you want whenever you want it. I mean, I think that's the most exciting one. Probably a curry like my auntie's curry. I love a good old-fashioned Indian curry, like Pakistani style, Indian style, rich, spicy.
I would really love a transporter pad. That'd be pretty spectacular. I mean, it's a very tough question to answer because you kind of want all of it. To be able to be anywhere you want that fast would be pretty incredible.
If you had that teleporter pad now, where would you go?
Wow. I'd just like to not sit in traffic, to be honest with you.
Well, I think my answer was the transporter, right? Because, I mean, who doesn't want to just beam over to Paris because you need a croissant or something, you know what I mean? Just the idea of for instance, here's a good example. I'm supposed to be getting an award in Los Angeles this evening, and it would have been nice to beam over there and make an acceptance speech as opposed to the video that I put out and gave them. So that would have been cool. Yeah.
I mean, I think that the tricorder is really interesting, and apparently they actually are developing something that's pretty close to it, that there was some kind of breakthrough recently. I don't know exactly what it can scan, but the fact that you could go boop-a-doo-doo-doo and find out all sorts of information about your environment or things or people around you, or yourself, if you had some ailment, something going on, you could just go doo-doo-doo-doo-doo at home and find something out. I think that could have incredible applications.
Oh, there is no question. I'm pretty sure everybody would like to be beaming places here and there. What else is there? Actually, there's a famous question they ask people: would you rather fly or be invisible? And flying is much more beneficial to everybody else, but people really want to be invisible so they can steal things mostly. That's what surveys show.
Look, Star Trek has been influential on technology for decades now. What's next? What do you sort of see from your show, from past Star Trek series, and from the tech that we have today? What do you see coming in the future?
Well, I'm hoping that we have a breakthrough, obviously, in carbon fuel technology, because I'd like it to be a planet for my children. I'm hoping on a completely selfish level that we have some kind of battery technology that allows this thing to last longer than a day without charging it, and fuel cell technology. I'm hoping that we can find some technological way to reverse the danger of EMUs, because I sleep surrounded by cables and chargers. I walk around with million drives. I know that there's all kinds of things that it's doing to cellular change that it evokes around it, and I've just decided to take that on anyway. I'm hoping that we can find some way to counter that.